Does pain improve you or does weed? It's a good question to ask yourself at the end of the day. So, in life, when we go through painful experiences, one of the things that we tend to do is try to avoid going through that pain again. And really, what goes on for a lot of people when it comes to chronic cannabis smoking is they have a lot of different areas in their life that are causing them pain. They might feel overpressured, overburdened. They might feel like they're alone. They don't have anybody to turn to, that they're financially struggling, and that their relationships are falling apart, and that their job is on the cusp of, being non-existent. So really what ends up happening, I think, for a lot of chronic cannabis smokers is they go through so much turmoil in their own life that they start to feel on some level that, well, if I just light this up, I don't have to feel that. I don't have to feel that consistently. I don't have to go through that. And when you smoke, one of the things that can happen is you relax and sit back and don't take life so personally. Now, granted, that can be beneficial on some level some of the time. But the beautiful thing about pain is it actually shows you what you don't want in life. And when you're really connected with yourself and you really have a healthy relationship with yourself, you will start moving in directions that are actually beneficial to you and getting you away from pain. So if you're in an unhealthy relationship, you will find the way that you need to end that relationship for your highest good at the end. If you may be going through health struggles, you might start turning to diet and nutrition and maybe going to the gym. Or other aspects of your life that you might be struggling with, even a job. If you find that there's a lot of negativity on the job and that the stress for you at the end of the day is something you're bringing home, you start to evaluate, is this really worth the pay that I'm getting for how I'm feeling when I come home? And when I'm feeling this way, how am I showing up for the people that I love and value and respect? And how is that affecting them as well? So the beautiful thing about pain is it really shows us in our life what exactly we don't want any more of. But when you turn to smoking, it actually just pulls you away from that pain and it becomes an easy off switch. But again, when you've been smoking, eventually you're going to come down. That cloud that you ride up also has to come back down. And, for a lot of people, sometimes smoking is not an option. So they may be on the job going through stress for the next 8 to 10 hours, let's say, and they can't smoke. They can't get themselves to that optimal place that they want to be. And all they can think about throughout the day is, man, as soon as I get home, I'm just going to light up one. And then when they do, they light it up. Now, a lot of people don't realize that when you start to dissociate from your life, it's kind of a gamble. It's a bit of a dangerous thing that you can start doing because those are beautiful opportunities in your life that you can actually start making changes, where you develop more skill sets or tools in your toolbox to start dealing with those intimate issues in your life. But when you don't, one of the things that you'll find is those problems start to stack. So now your job stress starts to affect your relationship. And so that relationship starts to fall apart and have issues there as well. And so then you start to feel like a failure not only in your relationship, but you'll start to feel like a failure on your job. And after that, you may go through a breakup. And then there's people that are saying things left and right about you, and you're going through losing friends and a sense of community. And now you're alone, you're by yourself, you're having to foot the bill, and maybe you have alimony and payments and all these other things. And so life starts to weigh down on you. And if you've been smoking and escaping yourself and escaping how you feel for years, that ends up having a culmination effect on your ability to say, okay, I'm going through some difficult times. What can I do to get out of it? Rather than, what can I do to escape it? So really, pain is something that can show us really where we want our life to eventually be. So obviously everybody wants to have a healthy, happy relationship. And those of you that may think that you just are done dating people, it's probably more so that you have trauma associated with people. And so it's just better not to do that. Well, I'll be the first person to probably tell you this, but once you start dealing with your own issues, you just start attracting better people. You start attracting better jobs. You start attracting a better community. And as you start to work on yourself and you look back on your life starts to get better. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and you've tried everything, and that the only thing at this point that you think you can do is have a smoke and just escape each time that you're going through this pain. And you might find that that's all you do now is on your free time you're always high. Well, come have a session with me, because that's something that we can deal with. And anything else that's going on that's causing you to want to smoke in the first place, we're going to get through that. That could be relationship stress. That could be your job stress. It could be stuff you're not even aware of because you have so much buried underneath all the things you're consciously aware of. And that's what we call the root cause. What's gotten you to such a point that you're tolerating such dysfunction in your life? Why are you tolerating, not taking your health seriously? Why are you tolerating abusive relationships? Why are you tolerating that job that you know that really is just not worth all that stress for the pay that you're getting? What is it that's causing you to pull away from what you need to do to change your life? And that's something that you'll find at the end of our session. You start looking back, you'll be like, I don't even understand why I thought smoking was a good idea. You know what? Those things that I was struggling with are really not that big a deal. I just have to choose to go down this path. And I feel like I can do that now. And that's, I think, the biggest thing that I love seeing within sessions is that the people end up leaving those sessions feeling that difference. It's one thing to know what you need to do to be a better person or have a better life. But if you don't feel like you can make it to the other side of that, you're probably not going to do it. So by dealing with the root cause and the issues that's going on, you'll actually find that you don't even really feel like marijuana is a solution. You'll actually find that your tolerance for dysfunction in your life goes down. And you'll start actually finding yourself doing the things you know you need to do because you have a feeling that you can ride off of into your personal life. You'll have a drive towards healthy things, and you'll start to fall away from those unhealthy things. So when you're ready to start facing those deeper layers of yourself, let me know.